Now, welcome to Political Enough. Um, this pilot or new episode or new web series is basically going to be about politics. This episode is going to be basically about why I think America is going to fail. Now, I live in America. I was born and raised in America. Um, basically, I think it's going to fail. It shows all of the actions that's going to cause America to fail. These actions have also led to UK needing to be bailed out by America, the fall of Rome, the fall of Greece, the fall of the Britannic era, um, wars, civilizations going to civil war, everything. Basically everything that says a major political summit is going to be reached, and as soon as it's reached, there's no going back. Now, uh, anonymous hacking movement, basically everything that sets up to the line of tone of this country's going to fail. Um, Big business has gotten too big. Everything that's basically led up to depression, and it nearly caused America its solidarity as the largest government in world history. I mean, instead of cutting back on big business, basically what the government has done is, oh, you're going to get big business, I'm going to get bigger too. So they're trying to create bigger government to encampment, but basically cover up the big business. Okay, you can't do this with my system. You can't do this with my product. Um, no, it was basically it was basically, oh, you want to do this? You do it at your own risk. Okay, if you break the law, you break the law. If you get busted doing it's your fault, not mine. If you want to jailbreak it, go ahead, jailbreak it. But don't pirate the games on it. Okay? Everything changed with PSP, and it's going to continue to change. I saw a article where they foresee consoles pretty much failing. Me personally, there's going to be a major shift. There's got to be a major shift in how the consoles are run to be able to not fail totally. Um, if the consoles do fail, it's basically going to cause that climate shift. A lot of you might be disagreeing, but think about it. When a snowball falls down a mountain, it's going to get bigger. Um, basically, if the consoles go, all of the used game stores is basically gonna fail because they're so dependent on new games plus used games. Who's gonna go and buy a used game for a system that's not had a new game bought in 13, 16 years. Okay, it's gonna get back to the old days where basically if you want a console, you just bought the game. The console was the game. Okay, you couldn't just push eject or anything. The entire console was the game. There was no add-ons, nothing. And that's what the way it's going back to. And the way that these stores are set up, it's not going to be able to encumber 33,000, console games when they're the size of a computer. Okay? Another thing that's going to cause the political shift is basically it's going to be one of two things. On top of the council's failing, higher taxes. A lot of people are going and saying, "Oh well, basically, there was basically no taxes when this country started. Why can't we go back?" Let me put it this way: this country was founded that there should be no taxation without representation. The way that they did it during the founding era of America and during the beginning stages of, developing America was basically there was no taxes because it was pretty much too soon for the taxes. If they would have came out and just bluntly said, "Oh, this is going to be taxed. This is going to be taxed. This is going to be taxed." Okay. It wouldn't have sat well with American people, and George Washington wouldn't have gotten a second term. The reason why George Washington didn't go for a third term is because during his campaign to be able to announce that he's running for third term, he passed away. The way that politics was run, basically, there was basically no way to be able to get, the mass media basically was a newspaper that you had to wait 2 to 4 days to be able to get, or there was a town crier, and it's not somebody who goes and goes out door to door going and saying, "Oh my God!" No, what it is basically a guy who sat on a pedestal, holding up the day's newspaper and screaming his lungs out on the headlines. Colonists take Boston! Colonists take Boston! We're all about it! Those type of people that lasted until probably around 1920. The reason why they didn't last that long is basically because people just started buying the newspaper at newspaper stands. And it became, like, largely accepted to go and say, okay, well, I really don't need a town crier for my newsstand. I have high enough sales for my newspapers as it is. So that job basically fell under. Okay. post 1930 world, if you got a job as a town crier, holy crap, your town is pretty much screwed because it is small. Okay, it is that small. Those instances of towns going under and not being able to basically survive anymore. I have a town probably around close to 2 hours away from me that went under. Uh, I would say during the gold, not the not the gold, the oil rush. And the reason why I even started was because of the oil rush. But through overdevelopment, yeah, can't talk today, caused the town's oil reserve to basically just vanish because the sand underneath there pretty much soaked up most of the oil through like hundreds and thousands of years. It soaked up the oil. Okay, and those places around the world where it's basically the same thing, where sand have soaked up oil to the point where only way to get it out is through biochemical means. Okay, we're trying to figure out a way where to get all of the oil out of the sand. It's going to be a long time before we actually see a proven method to get oil out of sand. Now, my video is coming to an end. I don't know if you stuck through it. I don't know if this is gonna, if I'm gonna become, your source of, political statements. But I hope I do. My other videos is gonna be a little bit better, more graphics and stuff like that. I just got my computer to come up again. My dog knocked the computer off the thing. I don't know how it happened, but it caused an MD5 error. Basically, it caused the error came about because the hard drive was forcibly removed from my computer violently, and it caused it to no longer work. So there was probably a chip or a crack in it. Most likely one of those things. I'm probably gonna have to get a new one. Well, in any rate, thank you for watching Political Enough. I hope this was politically enough for you. If it wasn't, you can get more help or something like that. If you have something that you want to talk about, if you want me to comment on a recent shooting or whatever, or recent politics in your town, go ahead, comment on this video, or just send me a message. I respond to all messages. At this point, I have 3 active YouTube channels: Political Enough, the Saints #1 fan, and Ubuntu Tutorials for Noobs. Okay, the links to the channel pages is going to be in the description, and I'll get them in the video as well. So, without ado, I bid you adieu.